Good morning, everybody. Got my coffee, got my vape. Let's talk a little. So today, I wanted to chat about a couple of things that I think are just downright lies, and they've been affecting people for thousands of years. And that is the lie of the pie, and that if it's difficult, you must not be supposed to be doing it. But first, let's take a sip. So let's start with the lie of the pie. The lie of the pie is the idea that prosperity is limited. That's basically it in that shell. It's the idea of getting your piece of the pie, that there's only so much money in the world, there's only so much opportunity in the world, there's only so much food, there's only so much resources, and it's in a pie. And if you don't get your piece of the pie, then that means somebody else gets your piece of the pie. And damn those people getting your piece of the pie. Well, that's a misnomer. There is nothing unlimited about prosperity. Actually, by its nature, it is self-replicating, self-generating. The more that you have, the more that you get. I think I remember reading that someplace in some kind of good book. But anyway, opportunity. This is the land of opportunity. Now, opportunity can be stopped, and prosperity can be stopped by governments, by dictatorships and things like that. But in a free society, it's what makes this country. I hear people all the time saying that, United States of America is not the greatest country, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? It is. I'm sorry. It boils down to it is. This was the great experiment that was a great success, has changed, influenced the world, and other nations, other countries, and other people tried to duplicate it. And some have done pretty good success and some haven't. But it's the idea that everybody has opportunities. Yeah, everybody has their own challenges as well. But the opportunities are out there for everyone. You may have to work harder than the next person to get less, but the amount that you can achieve is not limited. It's unlimited. I look at prosperity this way. Instead of being a pie, I look at it as a river. The way a river works is you basically have a dip in the landscape, and you have water that wants to push that way. It's going to want to run downhill. If it's fast enough, it will run uphill to a certain point, but it wants to run downhill. The more it runs, the more water that's being pushed through, the faster it is. But also, the larger the riverbed becomes. The more water that pushes off, the more erosion happens. The larger the riverbed is, the more water can push through, the faster it goes, the more riverbed expands. And that's the way I see prosperity. The more that is running through you, the more capacity you have. And that's pretty much what it is how much capacity are you allowing yourself for prosperity? And I use prosperity, that may be a new age term for people, but you know what? I think it just covers it well. It covers economics. It covers all kinds of different things. It covers relationships. It covers emotional prosperity. I don't think of prosperity as only monetary. But I also do believe that the more you give, the more you expand. The more you give, the more water rushes through you. The more water rushes through your river, the expands your riverbed faster. So the more you give, the more capacity you have to give. And it's just a cycle that runs. And the other thing is, how far are you willing to go to be successful? Are you willing to push through, push around, push over the obstacles that are in your way? I used to, a lot of the things I talk about is because I've learned, not because of wisdom, but because of damn experience. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've been blessed with the desire to learn from my mistakes. I learn from others' mistakes as well, but I learn best from my own mistakes. I may screw up twice, but I guarantee third time I'm going to finally learn my lesson. And that's the way it was with obstacles in my way. I used to think, well, you know, if it's difficult, then that's just God showing me that He doesn't want me to do that. And it's not, because it's going to be difficult. Life is a struggle. And you know, I think it's a good thing. I would be really bored if everything worked out exactly right, without any effort, without any growth. I wake up in the morning and everything would be right out in front of me, and I didn't have to do anything to get whatever I wanted. My God, I would be bored. So I really think that challenges are there to prepare us for what we desire. And sometimes you're gonna hit challenge after challenge after challenge. One of my favorite books, and I've promoted this before, is The Dream Giver. It's kind of like a fairy tale. It's it was Bruce. I'll put it in the description below. Bruce Wilkinson, I believe it is. But it's kind of like a children's story, but you know, it accurately goes through what you go through to succeed. You get the idea. The idea is different from everybody else. You have to step out of your comfort zone. You've got to change. If you don't like where you are, keeping things the same is not going to help you get where you want to go. Then you also have that once you start growing, the people that have kind of gathered around you, and you know, like things attract, birds of a feather flock together. They're going to see you growing, and that's going to challenge their status quo. And they may not want to grow past it. They may be okay trying to stay the same. We've covered that before. It doesn't happen. So they're going to try to pull you down like crabs in a bucket. If you put one crab in the bucket, he is going to stay in that bucket. If you put two crabs in the bucket, if you put, totally wrong. If you put one crab in the bucket, he's going to get out of that bucket. Absolutely. If you put two crabs in the bucket, they're going to stay in the bucket, because the minute that one tries to get out, the other one is going to grab hold of it and pull it down. So that's going to happen. You're going to have challenges to find it, but you will also find, once you start searching and you start moving forward, if you are looking, you're going to find resources out there. You're going to find people who will be there to help you, that understand. There's going to be things that teach you where you want to go. You're going to have to change. You're going to have to grow. It's like building muscle. You're going to have some skills that you don't already have. If you already had them, you'd already be there. And so that's what challenges are meant for you to do. They're meant for you to grow. They're like tests, not to condemn you like a lot of people think. Oh, this test. No, they push you just a little bit past your comfort zone. You get the muscle memory. You build the strength. You build the skills to where that's normal. Then life will allow you to enjoy that a little bit, but then it'll challenge you if you keep pushing forward. And hopefully you will never stop growing, because, I mean, life is all about that. So anyway, a lot of this we can cover another day. I think I've probably chatted this out. So I'm going to have another sip. So leave in the comments what you think about these things. I love starting the discussion. I've had some great comments on these videos, and they have led to some really good discussions on the side. I don't expect anybody to agree with me. I'm just saying this is from my perspective, and other perspectives of people that I have found. In my experience, this is the way it is. Prosperity is unlimited. It's what's the term? Not perpetual. It is perpetual. Exponential. The more it grows, the more it's going to grow. But it's going to come with challenges. And challenges don't mean you're not supposed to do it or you are supposed to do it. Now, always find somebody that you trust to mentor you, to bounce ideas. Don't keep going 100 miles in the wrong direction. You always have to adjust. But don't stop because it's hard. It's always going to be hard. And that's the fun of it. You get to the point where it gets to be fun. Once you start getting good at something, you get some skills, then you're looking for the challenges. So if you like this video, please like, comment, share, hit the ringy dingy thing so you're notified next time I make a video. And as always, no matter what tune that life plays you, always find your groove. Thanks for sitting and chatting with me. Come back and see me. Have a great day.